Hello guys, and welcome to another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition Civilization Overview. Today we are going to look at the last of the last Khan civilizations, the Tatars. Along with the other civilizations of the last Khans, the Tatars also focus on cavalry. They are a cavalry archer civilization where their first bonus is that sheep contain 50% more food. This bonus works in a way where the sheep actually run out slower. They're not going to have 150 food as soon as you get them, but the food will run out slightly slower. The second bonus is that their units deal 25% more damage when fighting from higher elevation. Units already do more damage and take less damage when they are fighting from the high ground, but with this extra 25% that gives you even more potential to micro and abuse the elevation in the game. The third unique bonus of the Tatars is that Parthian Tactics comes for free. This is an Imperial Edge upgrade that costs 200 food, 250 gold, and gives cavalry archers +1 melee armor, +2 pierce armor, and they have +4 attack, and unique mounted archers +2 attack versus pikemen. I'm not sure how the last thing works, but I'll take it. The unique unit of the Tatars is the Akashic. This is a raiding cavalry that actually generates gold when fighting other units. I do not think you're going to be making this unit in order to generate gold, but of course this is supposed to be a raiding unit. So using it to run around, raid villagers and generate gold can still be an option, but again, this is going to be a very specifically utilized unit. The Elite Akashic upgrades cost 700 food, 900 gold, and gives you 30 more HP, 2 more attack, and 1 extra pierce armor. Looking at the unique text, their first one is Silk Armor in the Castle Age. This upgrade costs 400 wood, 300 gold, and gives light cavalry and cavalry archers +1 pierce armor. The extra pierce armor for cavalry archers is probably more suitable for team game and is going to be more beneficial there. But the light cav, which means Hussar in this case, the Hussar will have 1 extra pierce armor on top of full upgrades, which makes this an incredibly good trash unit for late game, especially in 1v1, and also serving as a meat shield for your cav archers, most likely. The extra pierce armor for Hussar is not that great for team game, as you want to be able to have gold units there, but of course it still helps, and like I said, in 1v1, this is actually going to be huge. The second unique tech is Timurid Siegecraft. This costs 500 wood and 400 gold and gives your trebuchets 1 extra range. I guess it can be useful sometimes. Their team bonus is pretty much the equivalent of Frank's team bonus, where Franks give knights +2 line of sight. The Tatars will give cavalry archers +2 line of sight. Amazing bonus. Inca. Beginning a more thorough look through the Tatars tech tree, we can look at their blacksmith and see that they have everything except chainmail armor and plate mail armor. Missing those 2 armor upgrades, you might think the barracks have some sort of compensation. No. You only have access to 200 swordsmen, pikemen, of course you have squires, arson and supplies, but honestly, Tatars, you ain't gonna be making no infantry. You might make men at arms in the feudal age, maybe some spearmen to defend from raid, but past that, you're never gonna see infantry from Tatars. In the archery range, they have access to everything except the Arbalaster, so a very versatile archery range. And the versatility carries on through their stable, where they have Hussar with the potentially +1 pierce armor, Cavalier, Heavy Camel Rider, and the Steppe Lancer. Tatars is one of the 2 civilizations along with Cumans who have the Steppe Lancer, and we did look more at the Steppe Lancer in the Cumans overview, but this unit again has 1 extra range on top of everything, so this unit might honestly be super powerful, considering that you can always stack up the units and surround units, and always 1 extra unit or 1 extra row of army and military can get those hits in, which makes this unit potentially incredibly cost effective. It also says it's strong in groups, so that definitely supports that theory. I haven't played enough with them yet to give my proper opinion, but I do have a feeling that this unit will be very powerful. The siege workshop is also fairly versatile for the Tatars. You are missing bomber cannon and siege onager, but having siege ram, onager, heavy scorpion and siege tower, you're still not going to complain about the siege workshop. Tatars are also not really a specific water civ, but you actually have access to fast fire ships, elite cannon galleon and galleon. You also have dry dock, although you're missing shipwright and heavy demos, so if you random Tatars into a water map, it's not going to be the end of the world for you. The university is missing architecture, keep and arrow slits, so you won't see those post-imperial tower rushes, but for some reason you have bomber towers. Tatars is probably the only civilization that comes to mind for me that has bomber tower, hand cannoneer, but then they don't have bomber cannons. I don't see the reason for that, but interesting nonetheless. When you think about that, they don't have architecture as well. They also are missing hoardings, which means missing that extra HP and armor on your castles can prove to be devastating. The Monastery of the Tatars is also nothing impressive. You are missing Redemption, Heresy, Sanctity, Faith, and Theocracy. So the Monastery, very lacking for the Tatars. And at the end here, at their economy upgrades, they are missing the second stone upgrade, and probably the one that hurts the most is missing two-man saw, but they do have access to everything else. Again, I kept looking and asking around the expert players for opinions and thoughts on new civilizations. They just come up with nonsense time after time, but luckily for us, we have so many experts in this house. Isn't that right, Debbie?
Can I go now?
Yeah, back to the kitchen. So there you have the Tatars overview, the last of the last Khan civilizations. To give a final verdict on the civilization, the sheep bonus is nice. It does give a little bit extra food in the early game, but again, you are kind of lacking those crucial, dominating other type of civ bonuses and unique technologies. The extra armor for the Hussar is going to be super nice for late game raiding in 1v1, and the units dealing more damage from higher elevation also gives you some micro potential and elevation to abuse. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't really match up with other top civilizations' bonuses. The Akashic is also a unit we have yet to see properly in action. I haven't played enough with it myself to give a proper, thorough opinion either, but first impressions is that the cost of the Akashic being 80 gold, I don't think it's worth it to produce it in order, at least for the purpose of generating more gold. All in all, I do find the civilization to be quite average, honestly. It's not as unique as the other last Khan civilizations, and it's probably gonna settle among the mid-tier of the civilizations. For 1v1, the extra armor for the Hussar is gonna be super helpful if the game goes to post-imperial, but besides that, you don't really have too much to show for. Missing Halberdier, Champion, and the 2 armor upgrades for infantry also really hurts, but that's most likely not something that's gonna hurt you too much in team games. You do have access to the Steppe Lancer, which also we don't really know exactly how it's gonna play out yet, although early signs say it's gonna be powerful. So yeah, pretty much a mediocre mid-tier civilization in my opinion. 2 months later, Steppe Lancer, best unit in the game, Akashic, most cost-effective unit in the game, Tatars overview, disaster. But there you have it, we have gone through all the last Khan civilizations. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, then let me know, and maybe we can jump back and look at all the original civilizations as well. There have been balance changes made to the Koreans, for example, and multiple other civilizations. So having a look at those might be an option as well. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the very next one.